everybody, welcome to General Hospital Envy, my GH After show. Let's get into it. Now last week I actually forgot to mention Dr. Cabot and the twin storyline, so let's quickly recap. Long story short, Robert, Anna, and Finn went to track down Dr. Cabot and found out that he was actually blind himself, and Dr. Finn was willing to cure him in exchange for some information. Now, Dr. Finn cured him, and Dr. Cabot gave some information. The information is that this experiment and virus that he inserted into all these twins had to do with the mind memory mapping thing. So, full circle, which clearly meant that Jason and Drew were not far behind on the blind situation. And they both went blind at the worst possible times for both of them. Drew hit the police commissioner with his car, and Jason fell down some spirally steps while tracking down Shiloh and Sam. So, yikes. So there are two things that I find interesting about the storyline. Number one, the fact that there were 6 test patients. Alex, Anna, Ryan, Kevin, Drew, and Jason. And as you guys know, Jason was patient number 6 when he first came back to the show. The last time that we heard about patients 1 through 5 is when Peter dangled it in front of the police to try to get his freedom, and that was it. That was like a year ago. Why are we just getting to this now? I feel like back then there wasn't a whole lot going on with that set of characters. Like Jason and Sam weren't really going anywhere. Kevin I don't think was even taking care of Ryan yet, at least not on screen. And Anna was just revealing that Peter was her son, so it would make sense to do the storyline. Speaking of that, brings me to number 2, the fact that Anna asked Dr. Cabot if he was successful in swapping Anna and Alex's memories. I have a feeling that they might actually make Peter Alex's son instead of Anna's. And that would be perfect for me. I'm glad that they are retconning it if that's their plan, because no one wanted Anna to have a son with Faison. Like, that's disgusting. It was just, cringeworthy, and it's still cringeworthy today, and I would be super okay with them, you know, swapping that out and changing that story. The only thing that I find kind of weird is that Alex is portrayed as this evil twin on GH. And I had a conversation on my YouTube comments about Alex, because the clips that I seen of her on All My Children, she seemed pretty normal. Like, she was a doctor. Yeah, she was a bit involved with like the super spy thing, with mind control and everything, but that was at the beginning. After that, she seemed to live a pretty normal life. So this version of Alex that we have been getting on GH, even though she's mostly been off screen, the times that we do see her, she seems evil and mischievous, and it's like, why? Personally, I am willing to overlook the strange Alex behavior as long as they make Peter Alex's son and not Anna's, because I don't think any of us want to think about Anna and Faison having sex ever again. Alright, moving on. Now let's talk about Peter, because he and Maxie are on a bit of a mission to find out if Sasha is actually Nina's daughter or not, and they get their plan in motion when Maxie goes and invites Sasha out to a nail salon, and then she steals those nail clippings and gets a DNA test done, and I'm sure we're going to find out the results next week. Although I have a feeling that perhaps Valentine might get a hold of this, because Valentine can never lose, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if he stumbled upon it and changed the DNA test or just stopped them at their tracks, because, you know, Maxie couldn't possibly defeat Valentine Cassadine on her own. I'm so over the villains one-upping our good guys every single time, including Laura. Now Laura finally comes face to face with Kevin after all this time, and Ryan gets the upper hand and throws her and Kevin into the basement of Ferncliff and locks them there. I am so glad that Laura has finally, you know, reunited with her husband, even though we can't really see her. It's a relief to have them kind of talk it out. Obviously, she's yet to realize how long Kevin has known that Ryan is alive for, and they almost had that conversation before Ryan interrupted them. Ryan is just so evil and so unhinged, and it's been fun to watch, but I'm kind of glad that there seems to be movement and that we're probably coming to an end to the storyline soon, but there's a lot of things in play here. Now, as unhinged and sloppy as Ryan is kind of getting, he is playing certain things smart. I mean, he got Laura to call Lulu to let her know that she's just really busy as to not raise suspicion, and he also got her to sign the divorce papers so that he and Ava could get married. Ugh. I can't wait for her to find out that he is Ryan and the murderer of her daughter. Now, like I said, there are other things coming into play here. Before the police commissioner got ran down with Drew's car, she and Franco had a plan to lure the real killer out by having him plead guilty to the charges of murder and to have him take credit for Ryan's work. And now he's in Ferncliff. The downside, I guess, for Franco is that he can't tell anybody about this plan, so Elizabeth is understandably pretty pissed and confused and lost right now, so much so that she could scream. Now on paper it seems like a pretty good plan, but like, when you think about it, if Franco takes credit for this guy's work, that means that the real killer, Ryan, is probably gonna kill again to prove that Franco is BSing it, you know? That means someone else is gonna die, and that's in the hands of the police commissioner. I mean, maybe with any luck, he'll just reveal himself as Ryan and be like, I'm actually the killer, how dare you take credit for my work? But like, you know, I don't know, this doesn't seem very smart. It doesn't seem smart at all. Now one thing I'm enjoying about this storyline is that Cameron has been giving Elizabeth a piece of his mind and being really protective of his brothers. Now I know that Franco did not do this crime, but he did commit a lot of other crimes before that, so I mean it's about time the elephant in the room got addressed in some way, and I'm glad Cameron is the one to do it. I love this character, like I'm enjoying him so much, and he's got this rebellious streak going again, and that is causing him to go on a road trip with Jocelyn and Oscar and Trina, who was once Asian and is now black. I love this. We were talking about this on Tumblr and thinking about, you know, there's sore ass for like soap opera rapidly aging syndrome. What can we call this? I think I said soap opera race swapping syndrome. That's what I said. Sores with 2 S's at the end. Anyway, I don't mind so much. I actually like this new Trina character. She's pretty wild and like the perfect match for the other 3 because she brings new life into them, and it's a cool dynamic. I'm liking it. Anyway, I'm sure this road trip will be completely drama-free. Who am I kidding? It's not going to be drama-free. Poor Carly. She did find out that she is in fact pregnant for sure, and that she needs to be as stress-free as possible, so this is going to be a total disaster for her. On top of the fact that Jason went blind and, you know, hurt himself, she's going to be having a lot to deal with in the short amount of time.
By the way, can we talk about how Sam and Shiloh went on a really long road trip only to end up at Kiki's house with some brand new stairs? I swear the set designers think we must be as blind as the twins of Port Charles.
And that leads us to our final major storyline. Dante has gone rogue, and there's nothing that the WSB can really do for him, so it's going to be Sunny to the rescue. I'm glad that they're finally going to be bringing Dante back, even though I'm sure it's going to be for a short time, but they really need to deal with this whole Dante and Lulu situation, because they can only be in purgatory for so long with this nameless villain that threw her off of a boat that he's been wanting revenge on. It's like, I don't know, you can only go so far with this, and you can only keep him off the show for so long. I mean, realistically, Dante has been in town with Lulu when the guy who strapped her to a bomb is just kind of roaming around as a free citizen, and he doesn't seem to care all that much about Franco, so why care about the guy that threw her off a boat? She was only in the water for 2 minutes. The storyline was silly. Anyway, before I end the show, I gotta say a big congratulations to Julie Berman, who played Lulu Spencer before. She gave birth to a beautiful baby boy this week, and kept it a secret this entire time. No one even knew, at least the fans didn't know, that she was pregnant. So this is a surprise to everyone. I guess my dreams of that Lulu coming back to the show have been shot down again, but it's all good. Anyway, one more thing. How do you guys want this Ryan Chamberlain storyline to end? Do you want Ryan to be killed by Ava? Do you want it to be like a group effort among everyone that's been involved in this storyline? Or do you want Felicia to come out of nowhere and kick his ass? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up, subscribe if you want to, and I will catch you guys next time.